Trout Kellogg here. Welcome back to the channel. It is time for a Northern California fishing report. I have a bunch of notes, but before I get into that, I want to announce we are having a sale at the Fish Hunt Shoot Productions store. All our tackle kits are 15% off. This is our super summer sale. We also have a full array of rods in stock, including my new salmon striper halibut rod, the most versatile rod on the market for Northern California big fish anglers. So if you're looking to arm yourself for a summer trip, looking to pre-arm yourself for fall, if you've had your eye on some of our gear and been waiting to pull the trigger, get on over there now. 15% off. If you spend $100, you get free shipping. Enough said. Our gear is great. Get some, get out on the water, and get ready to yell, fish on. Okay, guys, let's get into the fishing reports, and I'm going to hit some lakes, and then I'm going to wind up with saltwater. But let's start off with Folsom Lake. I'm starting to sound like a broken record. Folsom is usually the Great Dead Sea, but this year it is the best inland salmon lake in the state, bar none. Guys are catching kings out there, upwards of 14 pounds. Now I'm going to read some stuff here. Check out this fish. TJ caught this fish, 13 pounds. 6 ounces. He got that on July 20th out in the main body at Folsom. And that's where you want to be fishing. You want to be fishing the main body and the lower ends of the arms. The kings are anywhere from 50 to 80 feet deep right now. They're still biting. The bite might be a little slower than it was, say, a month ago, but that may just be due to the fact that fish drop down in the water column, which makes them a little bit tougher to target for some guys. Along with the kings, guys are catching some very nice incidental rainbows, 2 to 4 pounds. I haven't seen any of those big 6-pounders in a couple weeks, but 2 to 4 pounds, solid fish, feisty fish, beautiful holdover rainbows. So how are guys catching these fish? For the salmon, they're running, as I said, 50 to 80 feet deep, main body, lower ends of the arms. On the fast side, anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 miles an hour, speedy shiners, speed spoons, and my cripple minnow spoons. Medium speed, my trigger spoons are doing well. On the slower end, if you get out there and the fast stuff isn't working, you want to troll hoochies and 6-inch blades, tip those hoochies with anchovy meat, or you want to be rolling threadfin shad or whole anchovies. The fish are feeding on shad, so it makes sense to roll shad if you get into a slower bite. My cripple minnow is very effective out there because it has a great shad profile. It's a rolling bait that you control at speedy shiner speeds. 2.7 is prime speed for that lure. That lure has produced some very nice kings over the last 2 weeks, up to about 10 pounds at Folsom. So if you haven't tried my cripple minnow spoon, grab a kit, get out there, run with the metallic stuff, and you are apt to catch the salmon of your dreams, okay? If you want to target the rainbow specifically, run a rainbow line above the rest of your gear, 40, 45 feet deep. Run one of my willow leafs, my mini willow leaf dodgers, paired with a threaded crawler, a turbo flasher paired with a threaded crawler, or one of my 4-inch fisheye dodgers, again, paired with the threaded crawler. Troll that above the rest of your gear. That has been dynamite for bonus rainbows out there. And I'm sure there's still big 5-6 pound fish lurking out there. I just haven't seen one recently, but I have seen big numbers of fish in that 2, 3, and 4 pound class. So if you're looking to stay close to home, if you live in the Sacramento area and you want to get out, get after some trophy fish, Folsom continues to amaze. Who knows how long this bite's going to last? It might last into fall. It might only last until next week. Who knows? It's Folsom. It's crazy. It'll make you pull your hair out. That's why we call it the Dead Sea, but not this summer. It's been absolutely spectacular out at Folsom. So now let's shift gears. We're still going to be talking salmon. Let's go up north to Whiskeytown Reservoir. Red hot kokanee fishing for guys up in the North Valley or for guys that are willing to travel to the North Valley. Easy limits of fish to about 17.5 inches. This picture that I'm showing you right now comes courtesy of Jacob Fry's Guide Service. He's been taking folks out there and nailing the kokanee. So if you want to go with a guide for the kokanee, give him a call. Give Kurt Porter Carrero a call at sacriverfishing.com, I guess is his website. Anyway, those guys are both fishing the lake and they're doing very well. Apexes are a top offering out there. Tubes and micro trigger spoons are working well. We had a fan of the channel get out there. His name is Derek Mayweather. Howdy, Derek. He got limits of kokanee at Whiskeytown 2 straight days. His fish ranged from 16 to 17 and a half inches. And he said, what did he say? Okay, I found it. It was on page 2. Derek said, "Hey, Cal, I was one of the guys that had never pulled spoons for kokanee. When I saw your Stampede video, I got a set of your micro triggers and a set of your mini willow leaf dodgers. And that combo has been a game changer for me. That tiny spoon has been my #1 kokanee lure for the past 3 weeks. Keep up the good work." Combo right there. Micro trigger, mini willow, fish in the net. Fish going in the box. He got his kokanee up there running a willow leaf and the orange micro trigger, and he was tipping it with salted shoe peg corn, adding no scent, but he did salt the corn to make it a little bit tougher, just like I showed in some of my previous videos about brining up kokanee corn. So Derek's been having very good results with the spoons, and if you're a kokanee guy, I would give small spoons a try. You could try my micro triggers. You could try the Wee Dick Nights, whatever. If you're not pulling spoons, you're not catching as many kokanee as you could be. They flat out fish. I was catching kokanee up at Bucks Lake on my micro triggers about 5 days ago. So if you're not running spoons, once again, get some. You're going to catch more kokanee than you have been catching because not a lot of guys pull spoons for them anymore. Okay, I mentioned Bucks Lake. Let's talk about some high mountain stuff. I was up at Bucks Lake for 3 days with my wife. I fished kokanee every morning, caught fish every morning. Didn't really get into any trout because I wasn't targeting trout. I was more kind of doing a recon of the lake. I found those kokanee. They were kind of right out in front of the mouth at our campground, and the bite was very good. I actually had a Mackinaw grab one of my kokanee. The kokanee were down about 50 feet. He let it go before I could hitchhike him to the top. I wanted to see him. I knew what it was, but he left about a 3-inch bite mark on my kokanee, which was really cool, and it just whetted my appetite to get back up to Bucks Lake this fall. If you like fishing the high Sierras, if you like hitting the high country, all those high country lakes are kicking out trout right now. Some of them are kicking out kokanee if they have kokanee. You know, usual suspects are producing spoons, flies, threaded crawlers and flashers. Grubs are working. You know, the action is just flat out good. This is the peak of the season in the high country, you know, at least the peak of the summer season. If you're kind of holding back, gas prices have been high. If you're kind of holding back, waiting to go to the high Sierra, I would wait a few more weeks. You know, fall fishing's going to kick in September, probably, 6 weeks out, and it's going to continue on into November. Fall fishing in the Sierras, whether you're going to a small lake like Bucks, you're going to a big lake like Elminor, Eagle, whatever, fall fishing in the Sierras is always epic. Those fish know that they need to put on the feed bag. Winter is ahead, and some of the very best action of the year takes place in the Sierras in October and November. Absolutely epic. I'll be up there. I'll be pulling flies. If you want to catch some really big fish this fall, arm yourself with trolling flies. They are candy for those high elevation trout, okay? So let's wrap this up. Let's move on to saltwater fishing. Crowds. Crowds are very light out on the salt, but the action is very, very good. You know, out of the Golden Gate, you want to go on one of Captain James Smith's California Dawn Sport Fishing. You want to go on one of his 2 boats, the original California Dawn or the Cal Dawn 2, the big catamaran. They are mixing it up. They are targeting lingcod and rockfish. They are targeting salmon, and they are still catching halibut. And all of those bites are pretty much wide open, but nothing can hold a candle to the salmon fishing offshore. Limits of big fish every day, early limits, fast limits, trolling rigged bait. If you want to get your ocean salmon on, give Captain James Smith a call at California Dawn Sport Fishing, and he will put you on the fish. He's one of the best, and he is also a stick when it comes to putting his customers on big lingcod. You know me, I am a lingcod junkie. I fished with James a ton over the last 15 years, and he is a very talented skipper. So halibut, rockfish, lingcod, salmon, Golden Gate, get out there, fill the freezer. Crowds are light, but the freezer is going to be full because the fish are on an epic bite. Let's wrap it up. I'm Kel Kellogg. If you're looking for any of the gear I mentioned, go on over to fishhuntshoot.com. Check out our 15% off sale, and I will catch you right here next time on YouTube. Thanks for all the support, and please take a second to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you'll always know when I'm on here talking fishing. Go get your fish on, folks.